Okay, we're live.
We're live. Technical difficulties,
The
very
screen blacked
challenging.
out.
Screen blacked out. We apologize.
Damn, this must not be tonight, is it?
Must not be in the cards.
Damn.
But we're gonna try it again. We're gonna hope that this works.
All right.
So,
let's try it again.
Co-host Aisha, affectionately known as Jade, and
Co-host Uno.
welcome to the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast, live Monday, November the 20th, 2017. We are going to be different. We're going to be talking about basically 4 different types of awarenesses. One being a family caregivers awareness for November. Also a epilepsy awareness month.
And you have National Healthy Skin, and you have National Bladder Awareness.
Gonna send chant them your whole ranking, kill them your whole ranking, kill them your
Man,
whole ranking.
Ashe,
Yes, and Ashe and Namaste and all of the positive things that we can hope for, we can ask for. Okay, so jumping in to National Family Caregivers Month for the month of November. This is a small article coming from brightstarcare.com. Again, the information is coming from brightstarcare.com for National Family Caregivers Month. Mm-hmm. So many of us are, including myself, are now caregivers for our loved ones, our parents, siblings, could be uncles, cousins,
it could be
or a real close friend. Exactly. So, you know, and the person's sickness or illness can vary from whatever to the point where they cannot take care of themselves like they used to. They've lost some or a lot of their independency, and, you know, they need assistance from family caregivers or outside help like agencies and stuff like that. And even though I'm a long distance caregiver because I'm in Atlanta, but I still have to make sure that her well-being is taken care of. I'm still part of the finances, even if they try to take that away from me. So I do what I can do to be also making sure that I have to take care of myself as well, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually, because if I can't be good to myself, there's no way that I'm going to be capable of taking care of my mom.
Right.
So jumping into it after saying that, November is observed as National Family Caregiver Action Network for CAN, C-A-N, coordinates National Family Caregivers Month each November as a time to educate and empower family caregivers. According to Caregiving in the U.S. 2015, from the National Alliance for Caregiving and AARP, nearly 40 million Americans provide unpaid care for a chronically ill, disabled, or aged family member or friend. While the typical family caregiver is a 49-year-old woman who takes care of a relative, caregivers on the whole are becoming as diverse as the American population. So typically in the 40s, you find yourself becoming caregivers, but there are exceptions where there's younger individuals that's taken care of, or even for that matter, someone that's a little older, taking care of someone else. A lot of times you find husbands and wives taking care of each other's mates, partners, or whatever, taking care of each other because in life things happen. So you just never know. Nearly a quarter of America's caregivers are millennials between the ages of 18 and 34, like I just said, or older, and are equally likely to be male or female. The caregivers is 75 years of age or older. They have respite care. Each caregiver needs respite and relief. Yes, again, as you know, it's tedious because if you have a full-time job or a job outside of being a caregiver, you have to deal with the issues at work. Then when you're done with work, you got to go and you got to take care of that person that you love. And that's another job that no money can pay for.
No.
So,
Nope.
you know, you need that relief. You need some respite care to give you just a little bit of relief so that you can regroup, refocus, get yourself back mentally and physically together to get back and take care of that loved one. There are a variety of support systems available in most communities. Many caregivers may also find it helpful to share the responsibilities with other members of the family. I say this, sometimes it works. Sometimes you have them family members that are pulled together and will help you, and other times you do not.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a backup plan.
Oh, yeah.
Have a family powwow to create a game plan and write out a schedule. Be sure to take into consideration that different people have different capacities. Dividing responsibilities associated with caring for a loved one can be beneficial in a number of ways, giving the person receiving care an opportunity to spend time with loved ones, allowing family members to contribute in a way that they are comfortable with, i.e. a grandchild who is an accountant can be responsible for grandpa's finances, because we know the outside loves to take, when you're sick, outside organizations and state agencies, it's all about money for them, as well as you have some greedy family members that want to take, they're big on the finances, like they want to rip you off before you die. And God forbid if it's the point where you transition on, not even gone long enough, and they want to take. They want to just take. It could be finances. It could be anything. Anything. So make sure that person's finances is taken care of
and secure.
Absolutely. Yes. But most importantly, in giving caregivers a necessary break that all parties involved will appreciate. Some answers for the family caregiver who is spread thin. Are you or is someone you know one of the more than 50 million Americans providing care for a loved one? If so, then you might also fall into the quote unquote sandwich generation. Those family caregivers who are sandwiched between taking care of an aging parent while still raising their own children. That could be that's a true statement too. You could be taking care of a loved one while still raising small children, and I know that's very challenging. I've never experienced that, but I've known individuals that have small children and they taking care of their loved ones. So you got 3 jobs. You working, you taking care of your children, and you being a caregiver.
Yeah.
So
of load.
Yes.
Of load.
Feelings of powerlessness and guilt are prevalent in family caregivers. I can definitely say I struggle with feeling guilty at times because I'm right now really working hard, and it seems like it's going nowhere on having my mom get to Atlanta. But, just situations, because I'm not going to put my business out there like that. Situations, sometimes can just kind of push back, and you feel bad and guilty, and why isn't anything working? But if anybody knows me, I'm not going to stop. So, okay, again, I'm going to read it. Feelings of powerlessness and guilt are prevalent in family caregivers for repeatedly having to choose one family need over another, for feeling that no choice can ever be the right one, and even for feeling that they have no choice at all. Here are 9 tips for family caregivers from the Caregiver Action Network. 1, remember to be good to yourself. I'm learning that. Caregiver. Love, honor, and value yourself. You're doing a very good job, and you deserve some quality time just for you. Watch out for signs of, which I've had depression. My mother got sick, so yes, it does. I will say that. Yes, it does add on to my depression, the high levels of stress and anxiety, and to that it can happen. And don't delay in getting professional help when you need it. I encourage anyone, if you're going through something, feel like you're having a crisis, go seek help. I will.
Please do.
I'm definitely going to encourage you to do that. Yes, definitely. When people offer to help, accept the offer and suggest specific things that they can do. Educate yourself about your loved one's condition. Information is empowering. There's a difference between caring and doing. Be open to technologies and ideas that promote your loved one's independence. Trust your instincts. I'm going to say that again. Trust your instincts. Most of the time, they'll lead you in the right direction. Grieve for your losses and then allow yourself to dream new dreams. Stand up for your rights as a caregiver and a citizen. Seek support from other caregivers. Because trust me, I know you may feel, as I felt and still feel at times, that I'm the only one going through this. But in reality, like, I definitely know that there is somebody. And since this is all new to me, as far as my mom and her sickness, you know, I'm trying to be more open to listen to other individuals who, even if they don't go through the same, even if their loved one may not have the same sickness as my mother, just being a caregiver, they can relate on so many levels. You know what I'm saying? And they could probably give some good, good advice on what to do when you're feeling that you're low, so you don't burn out, because you can quickly burn out. There's a great strength in knowing you are not alone. Helpful caregiver resources from the Family Caregiver Alliance. You can further read on different things. I'm just going to read this a little bit. Family Caregivers Alliance, founded in 1977, was the first community nonprofit organization in the U.S., created to address the needs of caregivers. CA and its National Center on Caregiving are nationally and internationally recognized for pioneering programs, information, education, research, and advocacy that support and sustain the important work of family and friends caring for loved ones with chronic disabling health conditions. They also have a Caregiver Network, which is the nation's leading family caregiver organization, working to improve the quality of life for the more than 90 million Americans who care for loved ones with chronic conditions, disabilities, diseases, or the age. National Alliance for Caregiving was established in 1996. It's a nonprofit coalition of national organizations focusing on advancing family caregiving through research, innovation, and advocacy. The Alliance conducts research, does policy analysis, develops national best practice programs, and works to increase public awareness of family caregiving issues. I'm not going to read the rest, but I'll read the titles. ARCH, National Respite Network. You can read that. American Association on Caregiving Youth. They have plenty of resources, and they have questions. 20 questions every family caregiver should ask. So please just don't always accept the first thing that you hear. Get second opinions. If you feel uncomfortable about it, ask. I don't care if people get upset. None of that. This is about...
You got to get answers.
You got to get answers.
Solve your problem.
And at the end of the day, it is for your loved one.
Yep.
And you need the best answers that you can get. So that again came from, you can read it at your leisure. It's going to be posted up. This is coming again from the brightstarcare.com.
Okay. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, I can click on other ones, but it's going to be saying a similar thing. So honestly, I don't really have nothing to say about family caregivers, but I do have an article about how caregivers are unsung heroes. So this is coming from HuffingtonPost.com. They say, why family caregivers are this nation's unsung heroes. This article is written by Anne Brenoff. So it says, I have been a caregiver to my husband for the past 5 months. I have to count the months on my fingers twice just to make sure. How is it possible for 5 months to feel like so much longer? On May 29th, my husband collapsed while walking our dogs down the street. He spent the month hospitalized while the doctors tried to figure out why his kidneys had abruptly stopped working. They still don't know, but we do know this. He will need dialysis 3 times a week from now on if he wants to stay alive, and nothing will ever again be the same in our lives. His fall on May 29th was my inglorious initiation into the ranks of the nation's 34 million unpaid family caregivers. We are the untrained, unskilled family members who are all that stands between our loved ones and a nursing home, or worse, our loved ones in a grave. But we do our best for our patients to have the fullest lives possible, often sacrificing huge chunks of our own lives in the process, but we do it. We do it for many reasons. Love, guilt, obligation, fear about what would happen if we didn't. I don't judge. I especially don't judge those who voice their frustrations about being a caregiver. Quite the opposite. I share their pain. I share their pain. I live it every day, just as they do. There are days when I'm so torn between grief and anger that I can barely function, and nights when sleep is as elusive as a day without a crisis. My life is a constant juggling act of my husband's needs, a demanding full-time job, and having to raise 2 kids alone. My story is not unique. Family caregiving is a job, and I never expected to have, and frankly wouldn't wish upon anyone. We live in a system where the caregiving responsibilities that once fell squarely in the realm of nurses and professionals are now thrust on unwitting spouses and adult children with absolutely no consideration of the impact on their well-being or even the extent of their ability to perform these tasks. As one family caregiver who helps her husband every night with in-home dialysis told me, I'm terrified that I will do something wrong and kill him. She also notes with some amusement that the dialysis center and doctors prefer to call her, quote unquote, a care partner. That, she says, would suggest someone else is here helping me, which, trust me, isn't the case. Nope, we fly solo. My training was a 30-minute session with a nurse practitioner who showed me how to give injections, draw blood, and what signs to look out for in case my husband's body started to shut down. We touched on how to dispose of sharps, which is the needles I will be using. I started incredulously. I can't rip a bandage off without trepidation. Now I test blood, give injections, clean open ports so killer bacteria doesn't form, and a few thousand other daily little things that I once would have deemed unfathomable. We family caregivers change catheters, empty colostomy bags, handle feeding tubes, change sold bedding, bathe our patients, brush their teeth, assist them on the toilet, dispense medication, keep track of insurance bills, and argue for hours each day over claim denials, schedule medical appointments, provide transportation, and oversee them while they do their physical therapy and occupied therapy exercises. And then we do everything else that we were already doing in our lives before we became caregivers, and we do it for not so much as a nickel. Caregivers are the nation's unpaid workforce, and we are drowning. Not only don't we get paid, we don't even get reimbursed for what we spend out of pocket. The toll we pay grows higher for those who jump out of the workplace in order to play nurse. They'll be rewarded with a more difficult retirement, less in Social Security, and a smaller 401k. And depending on their situation, they may even lose their own health coverage. Every one of us is an unsung hero in my book. And with the population bubble aging, those future unsung heroes will have their hands full unless we provide today's caregivers some meaningful relief. As we mark National Family Caregivers Month in November, we'll be hearing from caregivers about their experiences. I predict your ears will burn, at least I hope so. I mean, just reading this whole article and seeing all the trials and tribulations and struggles and mental disturbance that they go through to take care of loved ones. You know, it's a lot of stress on them. I mean, they give up a lot of their life, and I know they go through their own mental battles, and I'm sure maybe spiritual battles, I'm quite sure, and any other battle that they're dealing with. So it can definitely take a lot out of you, now, and looking at the other side of it, that's probably why some people don't even want to take care of their loved ones. Like, especially when you talk about elderly, they'd rather just put them in a home. Now, people can judge and say, oh, why would they do that? I wouldn't do that to my mother or father or grandmama or granddad, but you just never know. But maybe they just don't have the capacity to deal with all that, There's no wrong or right answer. And they probably just want to live their life, trying to have some sanity. So, I mean, you just never know. But my hat's off to any caregiver, even my lady, taking care of her mama. I know it's a lot of work. I even watch what she go through, see what she go through. So I know it can be very stressful, especially you have no help, so, and then you don't get paid to do it. It's just something you have to do, whatever the reason may be. So yeah, I just thought that was pretty eye-opening, of an article, and just kind of having a more understanding what not only you go through as a caregiver of your mother, but even other people going through the same situation or similar situations.
Definitely. And my hat off to the good home health aides, certified nursing assistants, companions that go out and they're genuine and they assist families, help families. They go out there on their grind. Most of them are unpaid. Now, excuse me, let me change that. Not unpaid, but most of them are underpaid. You'll find some agencies or find some places that do pay you, but it's also stressful for them too. I used to be a home health aide. I used to be a companion. I used to be a certified nursing assistant, and I took care of all ages, from chronically ill children to, I can't even think of the oldest, but I had patients that had AIDS, dying of cancer. I've even taken care of dementia and Alzheimer's patients as well. And it's tedious and tiring on everyone's end. The family is there more than the aides are, and so yes, they need that relief.
They need the relief. They need the support.
They need
even financially.
I mean, they need the support. They need everything, and it's tiring. Now, me, I'm an only child, but I have a lot of blood related as well as non-blood related, but those that I grew up with, and I struggle sometimes because I'm like, how can you live around my mother and you don't even take a few moments? Not that you have to, but just because
or just spend all your time. Right. Hey, no one's saying that.
I'm not saying that, but because of how I was raised up, and I was raised up to believe in family.
Right.
And so now
you expect certain things as far as family
certain
values.
Things is right as far as family values, because I'm not saying that my mother was perfect, but I know what she was capable of.
She don't have,
and she was a good, and she still is a good person. She
has to suffer by herself though.
And she really and she doesn't get what I feel she should get from so-called blood or non-blood that I grew up with. But I mean, in the meantime, I'm going to be appreciative of the aid that comes out, because I talk to her on a daily basis. To make sure that she's there. She has, if she's not there, she'll let me know. My mother's definitely fed, washed, taken care of when she needs to do that. She does what she needs to do during the, the hours that she's allowed to be there. And then I also have the Browns, because the Browns are through marriage, my last name, as you see on Facebook. So I'm really appreciative for them finding me, calling me, and they've started really, when they have stuff going on, or if they just, are visiting each other, they've always appreciated my mom, just treating her with respect. So I'm very glad that they've come in and they're capable of doing whatever they can do. So I really appreciate the Browns. Thank you, Valerie, and all the other family members, because I carry my stepdad. I would have to say he would be a stepdad. I carry his last name, so I appreciate the Browns family stepping forward. But yes, you do need that support, because it's so important, because again, you can wear yourself out quick. And yes, Uno is really primarily the person that sees it. Not even my kids really know what I'm going through. But Uno definitely sees it, because there's times I'm balling out because I'm wore out. I'm asking myself, why me? I'm blaming myself. Overly stressing, high anxiety, overly emotional, you know, and you know, I get when I go see my mom, you're overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed because I don't know sometimes how to deal with things when I go see her. So, you know, please, if you know you have close friends, family members that you trust and they're genuine and they can help you take care of family members, or you know you're that good friend taking care of a friend, please do so. So this is also coming from Turnkey Health. So the website is turn-keyhealth.com. Just again, it's recognizing National Family Caregivers Month. Information resources coming from the Caregiver Action Network. It's providing an overview in the day in the life of the average family caregiver. I'm not going to read all, I'm going to read the titles, but I'm not going to get into too much of a lot of them, because you'll be able to read it on your own. You know, morning, getting off to work, especially if you are a mother of school-age children. It could be tricky trying to balance that, getting your kids ready for school, things of that nature. All day long, managing medications.
And I know you talk about that a lot with your mother.
I talk about that, trying to manage.
Making sure she's taking the right one, and she don't take the wrong one. Something happens,
or you know, triple double dose. Because as I've shared on the show, my mother does have dementia. As of right now, it looks like she's still in stage 1. She's not gotten to 3, or I don't know how many levels of stages it is, but for now she's still in stage 1. But it's progressing. So, you know, making sure that it says up to 70% of the time, the family caregiver, not the patient, manages the medications. So right now, when the nurse is there, she makes sure, especially during the day, she makes sure that she gets her medicine. So at night, I'm calling and overly obsessing up sometimes when I'm here by myself, trying to make sure that my mother takes the correct one. There is a method that the nurse has set it up that my mother can kind of, you know, make sure that she takes it. But in the event that she doesn't, when the nurse comes in that next day, she'll know if she did, because the packs are it's labeled by days and the times that she's supposed to take the packs. So yes, the family caregiver or the nurse or whomever is there to manage the medication, especially for those with serious illness. Many people with chronic conditions take 8 or more medications. In addition to organizing and administering medications, this means ensuring your loved ones is taking their medications correctly and maintaining an up-to-date medication list. Also, during the day, juggling caregiving and work, as we stated before. You have a full part-time job in addition to juggling being a caregiver for your loved one. And that can be a lot. Sometimes, depending on the illness, you have to take off of work, or you have to have a leave of absence. Sometimes you even have to quit your job, depending on the severity of the illness. Evening, family time, and meal time. Like if you have small children, you know, or you have a mate or partner, husband, whatever, you have to make sure that you get that time in with that person. Make sure that you're properly getting your nutrition to help maintain strength, energy, stamina, and a positive attitude. Because I'm telling you, if you've gone through it, or if you've gone through it in the past or present, I eat so unhealthy. Well, I'm learning to eat better now, but I was eating unhealthy. I was emotionally eating, and it just wasn't healthy at all. So nutrition is as important for you as the caregiver as it is for your loved ones, making sure that they have the proper nutrition. And it does affect the whole family. Late at night, taking time for yourself, key self-care, as we always say on this show. Self-care is so important. Around the board, whether you're a caregiver or just for yourself, it's so important to make sure that you get time to rest and recharge, because boy, with no rest and recharge makes you a nasty, nasty, nasty emotional being. Like, you are not good for yourself and nobody else. Like, you snap at work or snap at your family, snap at your loved one that you're taking care of. Like, seriously, it's real rap. Like, it's truth. The middle of the night emergency room visits. There's possibilities that can happen too. Have you ever had to take your loved one to an emergency room in the middle of the night? Be prepared ahead of time with what you need to know and what you need to have with you, such as their list of medications and a copy of their living will, etc. You just want to make sure that you're prepared, because you never know.
Life is so unexpected.
Exactly.
It can take a turn for the worse.
So it says at the bottom, and that's the end of that one, we commend the nation's health prayer for their support and concern for the well-being of family caregivers, and stand ready to complement their initiatives with resources that assist these dedicated men and women in getting the information and support they need. So again, that was coming from the Turnkey Health, which is turn-keyhealth.com.
All right.
It's just, oh, wow. Like I said, just being a new caregiver, I'm just learning so much, because especially if you're taking care of a parent or parents, where they was once vibrant and so independent and used to doing for themselves.
They used to take care of you.
When they used to take care of you. Yeah. And then now, you have to take care of them, and based on, the severity of the illness, like, they can convert back to a child.
Right. If they're elderly now, if it's someone that's not of elderly age, if they just happen to have come on with an illness, mm-hmm. or they happen to have a disability when they get to a certain age, okay,
mm-hmm. And they used to be independent again, because I used to care for individuals who were full-blown AIDS patients.
Right.
And they were young.
Right.
They weren't old.
You don't have to necessarily be old.
Matter of fact, I had one younger than me at that time. And she had 2 small children.
And she had full-blown AIDS.
And she had full-blown AIDS. They did not. They were tested.
Thank God.
But she had full-blown AIDS. She caught that in a relationship with a man. Mm-hmm. And she was once very vibrant and independent and everything. And that sickness just took over. And there's no judgment, because I'm a humanitarian. I'm a Pisces. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm about the well-being of people. I know I can't save the world, but that takes me somewhere. Just watching people, just because you never know. People like, oh, it's an old thing. No, it's not an old thing. At any age, you can just get sick. Your body breaks down. You just never know. So that's why you got to try to be the best you, and live the best you that you can.
That's true. I agree.
So, did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to read the other one that I have, but it will be posted up, is in regards to National Family Caregivers. So that will be posted up for your leisure to read our stuff.
Absolutely.
The next one that I have is the November being the Bladder Health Awareness Month.
All right, I'll let you take the lead. So
again, this is coming from the BoulderMedicalCenter.com. Again, BoulderMedicalCenter.com. And it's November is Bladder Health Awareness Month. Get the facts, get diagnosed, and take control of your bladder health. And this is another important one. If you live long enough, anything again can happen. It's not,
your body can break down too
at any age. Like, once upon a time you used to always see it like used to be an older thing, right? But now in these times and days, younger adults are getting
bladder
right, and young adults are getting different illnesses.
The one common one is UTIs, urinary tract infection, mostly in women though.
So this says, get the facts, get diagnosed, take control of your bladder health. The Urology Care Foundation and the American Urological Association, together with the Bladder Health Alliance, a coalition of groups representing physicians, patients, and veterans, are drawing on the month of November as a vital reminder to get the facts about common bladder health problems and to encourage the public to take an active role in managing their bladder health. Each day, millions of Americans struggle with the impacts of bladder conditions and diseases such as urinary incontinence, overactive and underactive bladder, interstitial, how do you pronounce that? Cystitis?
Where you see that at?
Cystitis? Cystitis. Excuse me. We're going to get it together. Urinary tract infections, as Uno said. Nocturia. Bladder cancer. Urotrauma. And neurogenic bladder. These can impact the individual's health, quality of life, and result in significant health cost. Bladder Health Month is a great time to focus on connecting, educating, and empowering individuals to take control of their bladder health. Most Americans are still not yet talking to their healthcare provider about their bladder health symptoms because they are too embarrassed. But several bladder conditions can be treated through simple lifestyle changes, behavior modifications, or diet and exercise. Awareness is critical when it comes to reducing the stigma associated with incontinence and other bladder health conditions and symptoms. Take your first steps towards taking care of your bladder health by downloading the free incontinence patient guide provided by the Urology Care Foundation. And it's more information. They have a lady, she's at the Boulder Medical, she's Dr. Karen. You can read more about her profile and what she does, or you can check with your local, wherever you're living, and get that taken care of. We got to stop being scared of our own bodies. We got to know what's going on. You got to know what's going on. You got to know what's going on.
Although I do understand the fear of doctors because there's so much going on in the medical field of tampering with people's bodies, misuse of their their skills, misuse of medicines, misuse of surgery,
and sometimes even doctors do a lot of misdiagnosing as well.
Absolutely misdiagnosing. A lot of there's been cases of people being murdered or their organs removed and shipped off somewhere. That organ harvesting, trafficking. There's so many bad things that come with it, So I do get that part too, and that makes people scared to go to doctors because they don't know what to expect, and they can't really trust them. But at the same time, where does the line draw? Like what's important to you? I mean, at some point in your life, you gotta see what's going on with your body. You gotta go get checked out. I mean, unless you're going to be a holistic individual and just heal yourself. But that's not the case because a lot of people in society are lazy. They're not going to take the time to put the faith in, have the willpower, have the strength to even invest in their own body to heal. So if you're not gonna do that, then how else you gonna even be healthy? So I guess your only choice is to go to the doctor and see what they can do to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, please go find out what's going on. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Did you have something?
Oh yeah, I had some. I had something about bladder health. This article I pulled up is called "Types of Bladder Diseases, Disorders, Problem, Conditions Causing Bladder Symptoms." And they have. Yeah, I know.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's a short article, so I'm just gonna read it off and give you the types of bladder-related diseases, and they have bladder conditions, and they also have related health conditions that comes with bladder problems. Okay, so your bladder is essentially a round organ that has the ability to store and excrete urine. A healthy bladder accumulates urine until it eventually reaches a point near capacity, and nerves signal your brain with an urge to urinate. Boy, who you telling? When this urge hits, you seek an appropriate site for emptying. This bladder emptying cycle is repeated several times daily, probably without much notice. Yet it's a highly coordinated function of nerves and muscles wherein much can go wrong. So a bladder disease, disorder, condition, or problem can turn a relatively routine bodily function to a major lifestyle disruption. So the most common symptoms caused by the various types of bladder conditions are dysuria, polyuria, nocturia, hematuria, incontinence, frequent urination, urine color change. So those are bladder conditions. Now to the next thing. Nerves are a key component for healthy bladder function. They carry messages to the brain to let you know it's full and message back to either tighten or release certain muscles. Any disease, disorder, or condition that causes an issue along the nerve transmission can create various types of bladder control problems such as bladder spasms, urinary retention, overactive bladder, neurogenic bladder, and sphincter muscle control issue. So you have a problem of controlling your bladder. You're just going to pee on yourself, basically. And they have other types of bladder-related diseases. So, diseases, disorders, and conditions that could be causing your bladder symptoms. They have here cystitis. You just spoke on that. Paresis, cystocele, small bladder, bladder fistula, bladder stones, bladder cancer, bladder trauma, bladder infection, they say UTI, interstitial cystitis, bladder exstrophy, and bladder diverticulum. So that's a few there. And it has numerous other types of health-related conditions can cause or be associated with a bladder problem, like stroke, diabetes, paralysis, overweight, brain injury, constipation, brain infection, chemotherapy, hydrocephalus, enlarged prostate, multiple sclerosis, radiation treatment, spinal cord infection, Parkinson's disease, heavy metal poisoning, autonomic neuropathy, tumor, which is with the brain, or spinal cord injury, whiplash, pregnancy, vaginal childbirth, drug side effect, antidepressants. Okay, so those are other related conditions. And you have the last part here. It says menopause is believed to cause bladder symptoms because your estrogen decline may cause bladder muscle weakness. A variety of different types of treatments can ease your bladder symptoms. Like they have here, Kegel exercises, whatever that is. But if you want to read more on that, just click on Kegel exercises because they have it highlighted in blue where you can actually click on each health-related condition or disease or disorder, and they give you information further on each one. So Kegel exercises, incontinence pads, bladder control training, drugs. They have it's a long word, so I'm just gonna say pheno. They have a patch, they have a plug, implant devices, special urine holding underwear, surgery, which is for like urinary diversion or bladder augmentation. Treatment depends on which type of diseases, disorders, conditions, or problems might be causing your bladder symptoms. So I thought this article was pretty interesting. Now I'm not gonna click on each one, so I'm gonna post those so you can go check it out for yourself and get more information.
It's a lot.
It's a lot here.
It's a lot, but there are things that you can do, and as uncomfortable, and I'll be the first to say, as uncomfortable as it is to go to the doctor, because I too don't necessarily like going to the doctor myself, but at least I want to get the start. They can start me off, and I can know where and what I need to do to go from there.
Right.
Yeah, because I know some people probably will be like, they depend on, the doctors, and to each his own, and there is no judgment. But I personally want to go back to the way that I was brought up on especially with my Nana, may she rest, my angel. Natural holistic. And even now, there's a lot of people that's doing a lot of things. They're healing their bodies.
People waking up, man.
Natural. They're doing it natural or holistic, whichever one you want to call it. A lot
of them more into their health now, and I notice a lot of people becoming vegan too.
Mm-hmm. It's all about knowing your body. Mm-hmm. You got to know your body, and as we've said before, when you make that decision to, especially go natural, that includes the emotional balance of it, and it definitely includes the spirituality, your spirituality. It has to
all that has to correlate.
It has to correlate with each other
to become sync, and that balances your whole well-being out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense what you say.
As well, and something, I can remember when I used to go to the clinic here. Go to Grady. And
Grady. I wasn't even born in Grady.
And I'm definitely not from Atlanta, so I'm not a Grady baby. But when I used to go,
Baptist baby.
And I'm a Fickens baby now, better known as Jersey Shore Medical or whatever university now. But anywho,
AKA Atlanta Medical.
But definitely, there was a time that there were certain exercises that women can do with their vagina. And if you did it on a consistent basis, it honestly worked. At first, when she was telling me to do this, I was like, what's wrong with this woman? She want me to do what? I'm thinking she want to see something. That's not even where she was going. She was like,
that's where your mind was at.
I know, right? So
that lady trying to be professional.
She's trying to be, and she really was. But there were certain vagina exercises that you could do, women,
to tighten your vagina.
To tighten your vagina.
Vagina.
The vagina.
Look at my face. I'm ugly.
The vagina. But it would actually work, yo. Like it would actually work if you was consistent with it. So there are things that you can do. Seriously, there are things that you can do to help towards it. So I'm not going to read all this, but when it's posted, this comes from Depend.com. Again, Depend.com. They have the overview. They have the bladder leakage basic. They have men support, women support, active lifestyle, and caregivers. So yes, if anyone is experiencing that, your life is not over. There are things that you can do to help you so you won't feel embarrassed, because that's very embarrassing if you have to be out and you pee on yourself.
It is uncontrollable.
And it's because it's uncontrollable. So there are things that people can do to feel more confident and better, and no one will even know what you're going through, because it's just so much resources and products that's out here. So just want to say that. Now there is a certain article that's related to this lady. I believe she was saying that her child had some type of bladder, and it's from the bladder extrophacy.com, and let me see. I'm just trying to read where it may say something that was related to. I think it was related to, I don't know. I may have kind of really read this. Yes, I see where there's some information that I did read, but if my memory serves me correct, there was an article. If I can find it, I definitely will post it, where her child, not an elder person or older person, but her child was affected by this bladder extrophacy. It was like some form of, I don't want to say it was cancer, but he was a little boy who had this condition. So again, if I find that, I will definitely post that link with this one, but I was trying to quickly read through it. But it is the same type of information that we pretty much we're talking about. So there's different webinars, be informed about catheters, diagnosis, causes, clinicians, conferences. There's just so much. If you want to be active and help fundraise, there's events, there's advisory boards you can contact, sign up, subscribe. So there's a wealth of information, and we always say knowledge is power.
Yes, it
Flip
is.
it around and say power is knowledge, and
knowledge is power, power is
knowledge.
You don't really have to go to college. Oh, hold on, we had me on here spitting the.
Why she
start rapping
again? My Up North Jets hat.
Well, it matches my sweater, so you know.
But seriously,
my sweater.
Okay. But absolutely, so there's a wealth of knowledge. There's a wealth of knowledge. Don't sleep, people. So that's all I pretty much.
People, because it's gonna get real deep, people. Oh, I might need to go and drop a mixtape.
Okay.
Whatever, man.
Whatever.
Looking at me like that, shit.
Okay.
You ain't no supporter.
Of course.
No, you're not.
Okay, we're not going to do this right now. We're just not going to, because I said so.
Oh.
So, did you have anything else for?
Yeah, sure.
For bladder?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll read on. Simple.
So they have herbal remedies for overactive bladder. And there are 10 common herbal treatments that you can use to deal with that condition. They have, this sounds Japanese. This is Gosha Jinki Jan. This blend of 10 herbs is one of the most studied products. Japanese, which I figured. Japanese researchers found that people who took it daily for 8 weeks went to the bathroom less. Other studies confirm that it lowers the urge and helps with incontinence. Chuktai says it may work by stopping nerve signals to the bladder. So Gosha Jinki Jan, GOSHA-JINKI-GAN, excuse me. Okay, that's 1. 2. This is Chinese. Hachimi Jio Jan. This Chinese remedy is a blend of 8 natural ingredients. A Japanese study done on animal tissue showed it eased bladder muscle contractions. The next one is Buchu, or Borosma betulina, found in the mountains of South Africa. This flowering plant has been used as medicine since the 1650s. It has treated everything from coughs and kidney infections to stomach aches and OAB. The fourth one is cleavers. Because of small sticky hooks on the leaves, this herb is usually brewed into a tea to treat urinary tract infections. There is no research on it about OAB, but Chuktai says many people believe it can soothe the bladder. The fifth one is horsetail. Named for its long-tail appearance, this member of the fern family grows in swamps, marshes, and rivers. It's high in antioxidants, which are thought to protect against the natural stress that comes with aging. Over time, bladder tissue can become unhealthy and fibrous, which can turn into fibroids. Chuktai says, from what I'm gathering on that last word. Horsetail may slow or reverse this process, although there's little research to back the idea up or show that it helps. Then you got corn silk. These fine threads are a pain when you're shucking corn, but they're packed with vitamins and antioxidants. They've been used to treat urinary tract infections for centuries. More recently, they became a treatment for OAB, but there's no research showing how well they work. Ganoderma lucidum. For 2,000 years, this mushroom has been a staple of Chinese medicine. A Japanese study showed it lowered the urge to go after 8 weeks. Doctors think it lowered levels of the hormones that boost prostate growth, one cause of OAB in men. You have here resin ferrotoxin made from a Moroccan cactus-like plant. This remedy is known for its scorching hot pepper-like burn. Experts believe it works by blocking nerves in the bladder that tell your brain you have to go. It may also help your bladder hold more, which means fewer trips to the bathroom. Then the last two here is capsaicin. So chili peppers get their heat from this spicy compound. It probably acts the same way as resveratrol, Chatai says. A small trial in Thailand found that it helps you go less and controls leaks. One downside, it can cause side effects like pain and irritation. So it's spelled CAPSAICIN. And the last one is SAW, SAW, saw palmetto. People in Europe use this extract made from the berries of the dwarf palm tree to treat problems caused by an enlarged prostate. Research suggests that compounds in saw palmetto may work with nerves in your urinary tract to ease OAB. And then, they have a little tidbit on before you go herbal. So it's just basically saying, plant-based treatments, they sound safe because they're made from natural ingredients. But, the FDA doesn't control those products because, of course, you're in the pharmaceutical business. That's a big industry. They make money not to truly heal people. That's a whole nother conversation. So the FDA doesn't control that. And you don't get this over the counter. You can't get it in your traditional store. I mean, especially if you're going to a pharmacy. So, places may not contain all these herbs, which a lot of times it don't. These are a lot of seem like it's hard to find herbs. If you're talking about in the society we live in now, it would be. So it's just saying here, it's better to see a naturopath or holistic doctor or some kind of physician who specializes in this kind of medicine, natural medicine. So that was just a little tidbit before you go herbal. And, of course, with natural remedies or herbs or whatever can't also have side effects too. So you just never know. So you still can consult with your primary care doctor, let them know what's going on, that you're taking a herb or supplement, because you never know. You might be taking medical prescriptions they have, and then you try to take the herbal stuff or try a remedy, and it might not mesh well together, and then you have another issue. So just be aware of that, and be careful of the intake on both ends. I thought that was very informative, having these natural remedies up here. So I actually want to try it. It doesn't matter your age. You still want to put these kind of things in your body just to control a lot of the bad things that could go wrong in your body.
Absolutely. Very interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting. There's always an herb.
Oh, yeah.
To work with something in your body.
But what I do notice here, I've seen a lot of these articles when I look up the natural ways of doing things. They try to dismiss those natural ways or natural direction. They try to dismiss that, like a lot of these doctors with PhD, well, MDs, they have MDs or they actually a medical doctor. They kind of wanted to make it seem like, it can't be something like magical or something. When a lot of these people I see in their culture, they use it for years, and it's done a lot of things for their race, and once these MDs get into their field, and it's just kind of like they're one-sided. They're like closed-minded to new ideas or old ancient ideas.
Because that's taking money away from them, as we've said before.
Yeah.
You have a lot of holistic doctors out here, or holistic practitioners that believe in natural remedies.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the ancestors before us, I mean, they healed off of plants.
Right.
Plant-based and growing.
This is the reason why the Creator put it here.
Plant-based, growing the herbs and all those things. And again, that I mean, especially my Nana. I mean, my mom did too, but my Nana for sure. You sneeze, there's a remedy.
Yeah.
You cough, like the most nastiest stuff healed you.
Oh yeah.
And my Nana had a little farm where she grew her vegetables and her fruits, and she had an apple to grape vineyard, and she made a lot of things from scratch, natural. And she was a nurse, and so that's what she believed in. And it worked. You didn't have all these chemtrail or whatever sprayed on your foods, and you didn't hear, not to say that people weren't diagnosed with it back then, but you didn't hear the high rates of diabetes and obesity and hypertension and cholesterol and cancer and AIDS. And a lot of this, to me, in my opinion, and I've stated it before, are man-made.
It's all man-engineered. Mankind has engineered all this stuff.
Right, and you wonder why, I don't know where most of you live, but I've literally seen like the planes just spraying chemicals in the air, and you're wondering why you have these crazy headaches and
you're coughing,
you're coughing, and your moods are imbalanced, and it's just, I mean, allergies and just crazy stuff. People just like really acting out. It's not just a YouTube thing. It's real people out here that's just acting.
It's a geobiological warfare on people.
So yeah, just be careful and be mindful.
Right. And find how to counteract that if it happens. That's why you got to build your body up. Your immune system is the most important part of your body. So if you keep your immune system built up, you can fight off a lot of stuff faster.
And like you said before, just also be mindful if you decide to try a natural remedy. Let your doctor know that this is something that you're doing, because what you don't want to happen is you have a bad interaction between the prescription medicine and the natural herb that you're taking, because that won't. As with anything, just be mindful if something doesn't work. Like if you're taking 2 different prescriptions from the doctor and it's not working, don't be stupid and continue to take it, and it's making you worse. Let them know it's not working. And just a suggestion, you don't have to listen to it. Don't be a guinea pig, because unfortunately in today's society, that's how it's set up. You have some doctors that care, but more than there's a lot of doctors that don't care. It's just all about them getting paid and them writing scripts
and protecting their own
and
self.
protecting
because they've seen when there's doctors that left the medical field and pursue holistic route, what the consequences was of that. So to make an example. And when they saw that, they just are scared to speak out or even pursue anything outside of the traditional medical field. So yeah, it's a few reasons.
Right. But, definitely.
You just gotta be mindful of everything.
Absolutely. So
you have something?
No, I don't have anything else for that. I was going on to the next awareness.
I'm with it.
So the next awareness for us is National Healthy Skin Month. You know, it's so important to take care of your skin. Take care of your skin because we all have different. Right, I don't know what you just did.
I'm over here cutting up. I can see it.
Yes, as always. So this is coming from Pittsburgh.citymomsblog.com. Again, Pittsburgh.citymomsblog.com. And she's just giving some tips.
She's running her yip on her blog.
She is. She's running her yip on her blog. Okay, on her DIY for National Healthy Skin Month. So November is National Healthy Skin Month, and it's the perfect time of the year to take a moment to reevaluate your skincare routine. Winter weather and drying indoor heat can cause anyone to have a bad skin day. What works in the spring and summer may not work now that we are leaving behind all that gorgeous sunshine. So we yes. I'm feeling some bladder kind of way right now. I may need to take a break. Anywho.
Do that little joke here. That was smooth.
So I am here to help you start the season off right with 3 all-natural DIY skin products. So, did you see it? Yeah. Okay. Number 1. Bentonite and turmeric facial mask. Women have been with these 2 ingredients for radiant skin for centuries. Bentonite clay is basically ground volcanic ash. It sounds exotic, but it is readily available in places like Walmart or Amazon for a low price. And 1 jar will last you a long time. If you Google it, you will find that people claim this wonder clay to heal a variety of ailments. But let's focus on the skin for now. It is rich in minerals that promote healthy skin as well as drawing out toxins and impurities. The secret ingredient, turmeric, is a great complement to the clay. Yes, it's that same yellow powder in your spice rack, and it works magic in its own way. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and collagen booster. I see you over there.
Oh, you ain't seen that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So they have a recipe. You can read that. It'll, if you're interested in doing a bentonite and turmeric mask, she has the directions on how to do it. Sometimes bentonite or turmeric might be a little too strong. So if your face is more on the sensitive,
try another alternative.
Thank you. The second one is mint and basil facial toner.
That might be a little
bit more settled.
Yeah, more
for a refreshed face. This is an easy recipe to have on hand. Mint and basil are easy to find and work wonders for your skin. Mint has naturally occurring salicylic acid,
there you go,
that helps soothe and acne flares up. Wait a minute. Okay. It helps soothe and acne flares up and smooths out wrinkles. Okay. Basil, on the other hand, is great for reducing excess oil and unclogging pores. And the best part about this is that you probably already have the ingredients at home. So again, she has a recipe on how you can do it. Cost efficient. You don't have to spend a lot.
Just in case you all think it's expensive to be healthy.
Right. A lot of things you don't have to spend a lot of money on because there are products that you spend all this money on and they still don't work. Where you can find a lot of this stuff in your cabinets.
Yeah.
You can mix it together and it'll do wonders.
Use it consistently though. You can't just use it one time.
Not
and
one
then stop.
time. You got to use it consistently.
Of course, it's not gonna work, dummy.
Right. Thirdly, an aloe facial moisturizer. And I know the aloe plant is wonderful.
Yes.
Just from the plant itself. Just take the plant. It helps so much.
Jay said, take the plant. I'm taking that plant.
Take that plant.
I'm gangster. I'm a plant gangster.
I'm a thug. I'm a female thug.
You're a plant thug.
I'm a plant thug. I'm an aloe plant thug. Okay. So aloe facial moisturizer. This is one of the items that women spend the most money on at the beauty counter. Wouldn't it be great to make your own and save a few dollars? This is also a very simple and quick recipe. Aloe is nature's moisturizer. It heals and rejuvenates the skin. And when you combine it with skin quenching oils, you get a winning combination. One of the best skin oils is sweet almond oil. It is rich in antioxidants such as a vitamin A and E, which combat acne and wrinkles.
Alrighty.
So then, again, she has recipes. And this is actually a sister.
Oh, sister.
A sister. Okay. Oh. She says, I have 3 daughters and we go through a ton of health and hygiene products. Switching to natural homemade options has been a lifesaver. We use these recipes on a daily basis. My oldest daughter loves the mask and brags about the glow her skin has. Another bonus is we hardly ever run out. We go to the kitchen and make more. Between this and switching to cloth pads, we probably save almost $80 a month. Woohoo! She said. So for that reason alone, I think it's worth a try. Try natural glow and be merry. She's a sister.
Yo, Shemite.
My Shemite. So I just wanted to read that. Again, she has a blog. I'm not going to do this with you. She has a blog. You can read more. There's a bottom down here where you can leave a reply. Yes, because it's been a trying moment.
Got to make light of situations.
Yes, honey, we cannot be uptight. But yeah, I really appreciate that. And I just have to say, even on I've gone natural, and I've been natural for a while. The natural hair, except for probably 3 now, because my natural nail broke off. I'm just turning things around. Natural vegan options. I've bought plenty of natural handmade soaps and facial products, body butters.
You got deodorant, lotion,
toothpaste. I am obsessive with it, but I have to say that more good than bad, the products that I've had, none of the products have ever broke me out or anything like that. Let me first say that. Worst case scenario, it may have made me itch a little bit.
A little reaction.
But as far as breaking out and all of that, no. It might have been, the ingredients might have been a little too strong because I do have oily skin, but my skin is sensitive. Yeah. Okay. But for the most part, I have really enjoyed doing the natural homemade products. I really appreciate it. It's my skin has changed for the better, because I do suffer with a little eczema in certain areas, and it's just a good feel. It's just really a good feel. So I encourage you. I'm not saying that, try it. You never know.
Be open-minded.
Be open-minded. If you never tried it, be open-minded. And let's just say maybe the first time you tried it, you may or may not sure if you're going to have a good. If not, for whatever reason, try something else. It's just it might just be the essential oil that's in it that might be a little too strong, because that happens. Right. So, but I love natural.
Me too. Did you see
you
my
a mess?
mouth? I knew.
Okay.
I'm sitting there for it.
Oh man.
I don't care. I don't give a shit what people think. at the moment.
Real quick, this other one coming from
Urbanswink.com. I'm sorry.
Urbanswink.com.
Oh.
Here's
I'm like, damn, Urban, her ghetto ass got a website. Y'all don't pay me no mind.
Here are ways. Here's some tips. They say, know your skin type. All skincare routines are not created equal, so knowing how your skin reacts in different environments with different ingredients is the best way to arm yourself against breakouts and irritation. Pretty much what I was saying. Key indicators for skin type include the T-zone or oil you produce, the size of your pores, and evenness of skin tone. Still not 100% sure of your skin type? The blot test is a good place to start in determining whether your skin is normal, dry, oily, or a combination. And you can click on that. Number 2, be nice to your skin. The hustle and bustle of everyday life makes it hard to show your skin the TLC it really needs. However, there are simple changes you can make today that will visibly improve the quality of your skin. Try a delicate touch and pat your body dry instead of rubbing it with a towel after showering to reduce irritation and body acne caused by the towel pulling at your skin. I always like the dry natural. Other ways to treat your skin more delicately, including exfoliating before hair removal and ditching fruity and floral soaps and lotions, which sensitize all skin types for more natural scents with less synthetic fragrances. Practice healthy habits. No expensive products or techniques will help you achieve healthy skin if you are not practicing healthy habits. Some healthy, friendly reminders. Maintain a balanced diet. Diet is so important.
Yes.
With lots of fresh fruits and veggies, people.
Come on here. Drink lots of water. Get right. And exercise.
Yes. To detox the body of impurities. Let's get it together. Common sense, people. Always use sunscreen no matter your skin tone. Keep stress levels low and get 7 to 8 hours of beauty rest a night.
All right.
Simple, pretty basic, but many overlook the power in following some simple steps. Don't be like those people. It's giving you like a pictures of how to, I guess, detox or exfoliate. That's the word. Excuse me. Exfoliate the body. It's showing you 4 different pictures. You can click on it so you can do it. The art of dry brushing. I think this is what these 4 are relating to. The art of dry brushing. Want to reduce the appearance of cellulite, unclog pores, and get more glowing skin all over without even leaving the house? Dry brushing is a natural remedy you didn't know existed. Right before you shower, take a soft bristle body brush and gently brush skin upwards in long strokes towards your heart. Right. That's what it's saying. Long strokes towards your heart. Start with your feet and work your all the way up to your neck.
Oh my.
Always brushing in the direction of your heart. Simple. Do yourself a favor and tack on the extra 2 minutes it takes to include this technique in your daily routine. If nothing else, you won't regret it.
All right.
Detox, detox, detox. You're fierce, you're fabulous, but sometimes you have one too many at happy hour or get greasy Chinese food twice in a week. Don't fret. A detox is like hitting the reset button on your overworked skin to reveal a more vibrant you. Soak in a salt bath and use clay mask on your face to draw out dirt and impurities for healthy, glowing skin.
You feel like a crackhead when you detoxing your body.
Okay.
I was saying when you intake stuff, we usually used to intake certain stuff, and then when you're not indulging a lot of that, your body has a withdrawal.
It does, because you're right. Because
serious.
when your body is when your body is not getting, when you're not taking care of
the analogy I just used.
Yeah, right. When you're not taking care of your body, and then all of a sudden you decide you want to take care of it, Yeah, it's going through a relapse.
You
You going through a relapse.
You had it like this is a real shit. You just put another
But
word
it's
in there.
true. Your body does go through a relapse if you're not taking care of it right. Let alone you're supposed to drink a certain amount of water. Make sure that you're dehydrated, or you know, your diet is all messed up. Yeah, so your body be like it's on crack or something.
Right. And if you mess up on that relapse and intake the stuff you've been used to intaking, then you just be going in on that food, boy. Like you ain't eating that damn thing in 4 weeks or something.
Yes.
Seriously. Like whether it's meat, junk food, whatever it may be. You know.
And you're right, not telling anybody you should go vegan, vegetarian, stop eating meat, but I have noticed that, you know, when you do eat a lot of meat, it takes a longer time to digest.
True.
And it does come out into your pores. Like the stuff that we eat, it does come out into your pores.
True.
You know, you start out having nice, glowing, good feeling skin. Next thing, you look like you have sores all over.
Have bumps and shit.
Bumps all in your face. Like it really does show. It shows. Like
right.
Not being funny, it shows.
Not that you have none, but it, you know, you just have regular bumps. They show. That
right.
Poison comes.
Right. That's what it is. That poison.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Keith. You staring at me like that, girl. Like, yeah, that's seducing ass.
What?
Yeah, no, we can finish, cut this off. Go have a minute now.
Shut up. You're over here trying to be all whispering.
Whisper me seductive?
Here we go with the bladder issue. See, when she make me laugh too much, okay, this bladder issue happened. Like, stop now.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, boy, trying to get through this show, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. It burns calories.
Yeah, true. It does burn calories.
It burns calories. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at you right now.
Okay. I just wanted to read.
I'm hungry.
Shit, me too. All this damn reading and doing the show for y'all got us over here hungry.
Technology want to screw up on us. We had to start the show an hour and 16 minutes late.
Damn, technology get it together. Oh. I look right here when I went with that screen. First screen to bed, all at the same time.
I can't. Come on now, because you know I might have to get up and excuse myself.
Okay.
Okay. We having fun. That's what it's all about.
That's all it's all about, man. Make a lot of the situation.
That's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
National Health Skin Month. You didn't give the summary of it, did you?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, I just it's a small little paragraph, but it does have other information which I'm going to kind of expand on. So, all right, National Healthy Skin Month, November. What does it mean? So, this National Month is a public health and awareness campaign that aims to raise awareness on the importance of having healthy skin. It's also for educating the public about the common skin problems that affect people and how they can be prevented. It also informs the public about how skin cancer can be prevented through simple tips like the proper use of sunscreen. Of course, you got your common skin problems. This is coming from Consumer Health Digest. So they were saying in the United States alone, okay, the common skin problems are acne, eczema, seborrheic dermatitis, and skin cancer. So those are the main 4 skin problems. And the purpose of the National Healthy Skin Month, you want to avoid steamy showers. You want to drink an extra glass of water. You just talk about drinking lots of water. Exfoliate every day, like you was saying, and I was saying, you can't do it once. You got to do it. It's got to be a daily thing, consistency. Keep your hands off your face. Yes, because hands hold a lot of germs and bacteria. Yes, I agree with that. Change your moisturizer every season. Get rid of excess oil. Don't neglect your neck and chest. Choose cosmetic skincare carefully. Yes, that is so important. Now, I can't tell you how many times I see people's face. They put stuff on there and they have black, you know, rashes, or they got red bumps, and they all kind of like got the damn contusions on their face. So you have to really be careful what you put on your face, because the side effects can be damaging.
Oh, one quick side note before Uno finish. If you wear makeup, ladies, or if you wear makeup, however you identify, please don't go to bed with your makeup on. You are not only clogging your pores, you are damaging your face. Trying to be cute with makeup on, going to bed, not only you messing up them sheets, but more importantly, you're messing up your face. Clean your face.
Please
clean your face. You can pretty it back up
some other time.
The next morning.
Right. It's
clean
not serious.
Your face off. Do not go to bed with makeup on your face.
Gotta be that ugly to keep makeup on your face.
Well, maybe they trying to, be cute for Anna, they woman or whatever, and they want to have their makeup on.
It ain't worth having them damn black.
But eventually it does come off, and the true you, whoever that person is going to see you. So just because. Listen, we all know some women can really cake it on. They put it on. They look
like a cake batter,
like
boy.
Homer the Clown. Like seriously, like
I call them Etch-a-Sketch. I would say the A word, but they Etch-a-Sketch H. Okay, that's what I call them.
Just please do your face some justice and cleanse it, clean it,
Self-care.
Get it off. Clean your face really good. I choose to wear makeup. I'm getting it off. I don't want that because my face
holds dirt.
Right, holds dirt, and plus my skin is sensitive. Nah, I'm good. So, could you please
we advocate this every time on the show. Self-care is first.
Yes,
self-care is first.
Everything.
Self-care is first. I say it.
Ooh.
Self-care is first. Hey.
Okay, go ahead.
They're gonna look at us like, what kind of host are they supposed to be?
The host of fuck that we want to be.
Well, they so fucking experts on healthy skin. I put as much motherfucking makeup on my face as I want to.
They're so unprofessional. God, I can't believe you're still getting the tools, dumbasses.
Read up on it. Research.
Gosh. We just like to add humor.
Right.
We add humor to this. We are who we are. We told y'all that back damn 2 years ago. We are who we are. We have moments where we on our serious. Then we have times where we get our laughs in. This is us. This is how
baby, sleep thugging now.
This is how we run. This is how Jed and Uno run.
This how I run this shit. This how I run this motherfucker. I told you this shit 2 years ago. Yes, son. These Jones on water with me. Jersey, Philly.
I can't with you. I can't.
Sergeant, she had to let me know. This is all my shit.
I didn't say all mine, and this is all
I'm messing with you. I mean, I'm saying in the perspective of you being the thug taking over something. So, man, I said what I said
2 years ago.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, this is how it is, and if you don't like it, it's okay. You can bypass it.
Who says?
We will not lose no sleep over it. I promise you. We will get up tomorrow and keep doing what we do. We will rest well.
Like some babies, snoring, slobbing and shit and everything else. And Jay Wiggle, she sees slime on my face.
Hey, baby, you must have had a good ass sleep. You must have been tired. I said, I know I was over here snoring, baby. Work had wore me out.
I can't. I just can't. I'm really my bladder. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, man! Come on.
Okay.
Come on now. We almost at the end.
Okay. So I have so the main goal of National Healthy Skin Month, bringing awareness to the campaign. We want to increase awareness of the different ways to improve skin beauty. So, you got to use sunscreen correctly, stop smoking, moisturize.
Oh, moisturize. You got to make sure you moisturize.
Moisturize.
It's a certain way you moisturize. Oh my gosh. I can't.
Be careful with skincare products. And that's the last one for that. And what can you do for National Healthy Skin Month? How can you get involved? Use social media to inform others about the public health and awareness campaign, which we're doing now.
Yes.
On a social media platform. Or you can create an event in your community. One example they have here is for fundraising. Example is fundraising for skin cancer research. Another can be distribute National Healthy Skin Month posters and other educational materials to keep your skin healthy. Tell your family and friends about the importance of using sunscreen correctly to reduce skin cancer risk. And the last one would be urge your station and radio station to make a public service announcement about National Healthy Skin Month. So that was a message to all who is listening to this podcast right now. Little tidbits there.
Tidbits. In addition to also what Uno read, there's another. What is this? Glimmed Plus. Is that Glimmed? Glimmed Plus.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
GlimmedPlus.com. It's some posts. Well, we're going to post all of this, but in addition to what Uno read, some recent post is, what is the difference between an exfoliate and a peel? 5 simple steps to protect skin in winter. Exfoliation, what's the difference? Desummering your skin and treating summer skin with Nosterin.
Nasturtium.
Nasturtium.
Yep.
Oxygen. So you can read this at your leisure because we do have one more awareness that we need to get to.
So we can wrap this up.
But yes, all of this.
Say we're hungry.
So yes, all this will be posted.
Absolutely.
So you have something else on healthy skin?
Let me make sure I don't. Oh, let me see. I think I have a natural remedy. I will give you guys 9, okay? I will give you 9 remedies. That is on treehugger.com. You're right. Let's see what they have here. Okay. Here we go. 9 natural remedies for dry skin. Skip the hot shower. So, a few things feel better than a steamy hot shower on a cold day. Your skin disagrees. So super hot water dries it out to no end, which is actually true. So you want to give your skin lukewarm temperature if you're going to take a shower. If you use soap, okay? So make sure it's natural and the most gentle one you can find, so that it be easy on your skin when you get a natural soap. You gotta be educated on your own skin and what works for you and what does not. Okay. Employ staples to exfoliate. So you can buy an expensive jar of salt or sugar scrub to exfoliate, and that removes the dead skin cells. Or you can whip up some all-natural formulas in your kitchen for less. You can moisturize while damp. So whatever your moisturizing routine, do it when you're fresh from the shower or bathe. Lotions are designed to lock in moisture, so make their job easier by using them when your skin is at its most moist. Douse yourself with milk. I've heard that a lot too down the years. You know what I'm saying? So If you feel itchy, pour a bowl of milk, dip a washcloth in it, and apply it to your skin for 5 minutes. Because milk is soothing, and its lactic acid is great for skin. Okay. Here they got something called Babe Like Cleopatra. I want to actually read this to see what they meant. Another option for the application of milk is in the form of a nice soak. While Cleopatra was known for her indulgent milk and honey baths, the thought of reclining in a voluminous vat of pure milk seems unsavory at best and egregiously wasteful at worst. Instead, add a more sensible 2 cups of milk and a quarter cup of honey to a not so hot bath and soak like Egyptian royalty, or at least like a silent movie starlet. Slather yourself with honey and olive oil, so you can actually, well, of course, honey has great properties. We know that. Olive oil does too. I mean, that's the old school way. Back in the day, they used olive oil a lot. So you can combine them to pamper your skin and hair. Try the overnight express. So when skin is particularly dry, this treatment can't be beat. Take a long tepid bath before bed, long enough that your toes and fingers begin to wrinkle. Pat yourself dry and immediately coat yourself in oil. Take an oatmeal bath. I've heard that a lot too.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do for the skin that I had. When you have
skin problems or you itch a lot?
Yes. Good for eczema.
Okay. I might have to do that then. Oatmeal has been used to treat skin for a few thousand years, and even science says that it's effective for its moisturizing, cleansing, antioxidative, and anti-inflammatory properties, while at the same time offering minimal incident of irritation. Okay. And don't drink water. What? Every advice given by every supermodel urges us to drink water for our skin. Everyone chimes in with the same suggestion, but is it true? Even though drinking water is crucial for good health and survival, many a dermatologist promises that as an end to beautiful skin, it's a myth. According to WebMD and other experts, water is good for the skin of someone who is severely dehydrated, but the average person's skin does not reflect the amount of water being drunk, says Kenneth Belinsky, MD, a dermatologist in Oak Lawn. It's very common misconception, which of course isn't to say don't drink water, but according to many, don't do it at the expense of other efforts to keep your cover moisturized. So I mean, if you're not a severely dehydrated person when it comes to your skin, then obviously you shouldn't drink too much. And you can find other ways to moisturize yourself if you don't have that much problem with your skin like that. So those are just some information on some natural remedies. They gave 9, which I thought was pretty informative. I didn't read other portions of stuff, so if you want to check it out, go to treehugger.com. I'm going to post it online for you guys to see. So I have all this posted up by the week in, okay? For the week's over, excuse me.
Let's do a quick shout out.
All right. Shout out to Secret Bell, aka Angel. Appreciate
Angel,
tuning into our show podcast. Hey.
We silly. Okay. So moving on to our last awareness, which is National Epilepsy Awareness Month.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. So many people nowadays, I'm hearing, have epilepsy and seizures.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, let us read that. And this is coming from epilepsy.com.
Okay.
EPILEPSY.com. Epilepsy.com. So what is epilepsy? Epilepsy is the 4th most common neurological disorder and affects people of all ages. Epilepsy means the same thing as seizure disorders. Epilepsy is categorized by unpredictable seizures and can cause other health problems. Epilepsy is a spectrum condition condition with a wide range of seizure types and control varying from person to person. Public misunderstandings of epilepsy cause challenges that are often worse than the seizures. They have videos, but you can look at that. Epilepsy is a chronic disorder, the hallmark of which is recurrent, unprovoked seizures. A person is diagnosed with epilepsy if they have 2 unprovoked seizures or 1 unprovoked seizure with the likelihood of more that were not caused by some known and reversible medical condition like alcohol withdrawal or extremely low blood sugar. The seizures in epilepsy may be related to a brain injury or family tendency, but often the cause is completely unknown. The word epilepsy does not indicate anything about the cause of the person's seizures or their severity. Many people with epilepsy have more than one type of seizure and may have other symptoms of neurological problems as well. Sometimes EEG testing, clinical history, family history, and outlook are similar among a group of people with epilepsy. In these situations, their conditions can be defined as a specific epilepsy syndrome. Although the symptoms of a seizure may affect any part of the body, the electrical events that produce the symptoms occur in the brain. The location of that event, how it spreads, how much of the brain is affected, and how long it lasts all have profound effects. These factors determine the character of a seizure and its impact on the individual. Having seizures and epilepsies can affect one's safety, relationships, work, driving, and so much more. Public perception and treatment of people with epilepsy are often bigger problems than actual seizures. So, here's some quick stats. Here are some key numbers to talk about, and then you can read whatever else is in this article if there's much more. 65 million number of people around the world who have epilepsy. 65 million. I'm sure it's probably going up because this is a 2016. This is last year's stats. Yeah. So 65 million. This is 2016 quick stats. 3.4 million number of people in the United States who have epilepsy. 470,000 number of children in the United States who have epilepsy. 1 in 26 people in the United States will develop epilepsy at some point in their lifetime. Between 4 and 10 out of 1,000 number of people on earth who live with active seizures at any one time. 150,000 number of new cases of epilepsy in the United States each year. 1/3 number of people with epilepsy who live with uncontrollable seizures because no available treatment works for them. 6 out of 10 number of people with epilepsy where the case is unknown. So you can further read, click on anything that's highlighted to find out more about what is epilepsy, because let me tell you, if you've never experienced seeing somebody have a seizure, it is not pretty. It's very scary. My daughter was diagnosed probably about 7 years ago now with epileptic seizures. And I really didn't find out how severe it was until I moved to Atlanta, because I didn't really see it like that when I lived up north. And of course, when I moved to Cali, she wasn't with me. But it's unknown. I've never heard of anyone in my family, immediate family that is, having epileptic seizures. But she, from my understanding, she was falling out and having epileptic seizures back to back to back. And then when she moved to Atlanta, that continued, and I had to wind up coming here to Atlanta. And she had several seizures, and even when she was with me, I experienced her having seizures. It is nothing cute to see. Please don't put spoons in these people's mouths. You are doing more damage than good. That is not what you do.
Although they say that's recommended, but don't do that. I know people have done it many times, but yeah,
right.
It's too risky. Too risky.
Right. Get them help. Learn what to do. You know, if you, well, especially if it's your loved one, or if you have a friend that, you know, they have seizures and you happen to be around when they have a seizure, please learn what to do. I'm not going to read all these, but in this, you know, it's, again, the basics of epilepsy, the types of seizures, the type of epilepsy syndromes, triggers of seizures, diagnosis, treating seizures and epilepsies, quality care in epilepsy, seizure first aid and safety, seizures and epilepsy news, early death in SUDE, which stands for, doesn't say here, but it has, wow, it has so much. Early death in SUDEP plus suicide, challenges with epilepsy, special populations, learning network, professionals. It's so much in here that you can, excuse me, that you can learn about, making a difference. There's a 24/7 helpline. You know, if you don't know what to do, you're just lost, you know, because it can be scary. You know, they forget who they are. They're trying to regroup themselves back together. The whole brain activity of it. So, again, this is coming from epilepsy.com to further read. Mm-hmm.
And since you read off everything, because that's concerning epilepsy, you know, I know she said about, you know, you got symptoms, you know, you got different types of seizures, you have, you know, I'm sure, did you read something about treatment too, right?
I just said that they have treatment.
Yeah.
Of course, there's pharmaceutical treatment.
Yeah. Causes.
I prefer. I've seen great results with CBD, but that's something else when you get done.
Right. Oh no, you want to read it? Go ahead. No, let you read it on.
Okay, so again, we know there's options. And one of the options is you can go the pharmaceutical way. Go ahead.
No, I just want to give a quick shout out to Timeless Clay. Appreciate you for tuning in to our show, our podcast, Chit Chat Chew. Thank you so much. Chew.
Thanks, Timeless Clay. Appreciate you.
Excuse me, I'm a little turned up. I'm just acting silly.
So yes, there are options. You can go the pharmaceutical way and get treatment. We know there's been a lot of treatments with doing it this pharmaceutical way that's been successful and non-successful. Me, because I'm very hemp friendly and 420 friendly, have seen from a personal and a just looking on the outside, being a advocate, that CBD oil for individuals that have epilepsy has been a great success. So here it says CBD for epilepsy in honor of National Epilepsy Awareness Month. And this is coming from the Compassionate Certification Centers. So the website is certificationcenters.com. The 4 epileptics healed by CBD have finally found peace because their seizures are no longer hindering them. It is stated that it's more than 3.4 million Americans, 470,000 of them 470,000 of them children have epilepsy. Although there are medications that help ease epilepsy, there hasn't been a real cure approved by top authorities like the FDA. However, one herb has been sweeping the nation. This is CBD, and it's helped children ease their illness. In honor of National Epilepsy Awareness Month, where we've given you curated stories of 4 children healed by CBD. There's been a 2-year-old who celebrates being seizure-free because of the CBD oil. There has been a boy who's had 1,000 seizures a day.
Oh, 100 seizures.
Excuse me, 100. Excuse me. His name is Billy Caldwell.
Wow.
It's a boy who had 100, seizures a day, now has 0 because of CBD. You have one child whose mother moved to Colorado for CBD to be seizure-free for her daughter, who's had multiple seizures. And her daughter's name is Samantha, who was faced with the decision to move to Colorado to save her child. Then you have a dad who marched across the UK to rid his son's seizures. So you can definitely read up more on these. I truly believe that CBD does work.
Sounds like it helps. It really helps.
I'm on a website that shows proof before and afters that these kids are being helped. So, it's your choice. I'm not here to tell you what to do if if you have a child or a loved one that is experiencing that. But just knowing what I know, it definitely it helps.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there something else you want to read?
No, you can just go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No. These look like the same. Yeah, this is the same one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I just wanted to read off an overview of epilepsy. Of course, they have symptoms. So, you have temporary confusion, you have a staring spell, you have uncontrollable jerking movements of the arms and legs, loss of consciousness or awareness, psychic symptoms such as fear, anxiety, or deja vu. You have focal seizures. This results from abnormal activity in just one area of your brain, which is the focal, which is partial seizures. Like I said, focal seizures can fall into 2 categories. Focal seizures without loss of consciousness or focal seizures with impaired awareness. Then they have generalized seizures, all right? That involves all areas of the brain, okay? And that's, they have 6 types, okay? So they have absence seizures, they have tonic seizures, they have atonic seizures, they have clonic seizures, they have myoclonic seizures, and they have tonic-clonic seizures. Let's see. They have causes too. Epilepsy has no identifiable cause in about half the people with the condition. In the other half, the condition may be traced to various factors, and that includes genetic influence, head trauma, brain conditions, infectious diseases, prenatal injury, developmental disorders. They also have risk factors. They may increase your epilepsy. It could be your age, family history, head injury, stroke, and other vascular diseases, dementia, brain infections, seizures in childhood. Complications from a seizure. They have falling, they have drowning, car accidents, pregnancy complications, emotional health issues. Other life-threatening complications of epilepsy are uncommon but may happen, such as status epilepticus. This condition occurs if you're in a state of continuous seizure activity lasting more than 5 minutes, or if you have frequent recurrent seizures without regaining full consciousness in between them. People with status epilepticus have an increased risk of permanent brain damage and death. Then they have one called sudden unexpected death in epilepsy, which is short for SUDEP or SUDEP. People with epilepsy all have a small risk of sudden unexpected death. The cause is unknown, but some researchers say, some research shows it may occur due to heart or respiratory conditions. People with frequent tonic-clonic seizures or people whose seizures aren't controlled by medications may be at higher risk of SUDEP or SUDP. Overall, about 1% of people with epilepsy die of SUDP. So if you want to read any more information further on what everything I just said in their categories and subcategories, go to the website, which is www.mayoclinic.org. But I'm going to post all the websites we've been reading from since the show started, so no worries. So when we do post it, make sure you check out these links. They have a lot of great information, and that can help somebody. You just never know. It's crazy, though, with these seizures. It's not a game.
Mm-hmm. And they have something. Go ahead. My apologies. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just wanted to say, and they don't have a known cause. So it just appears out of nowhere. That's the scary part about it.
Right. Yeah, because again, I have no idea where my daughter got her seizures from. I'm not familiar with on my side as far as the immediate, and I'm not familiar with on her dad's side, immediate family, if anybody have it. So unknown cause. It probably could come, I believe, from poor eating. I think it could be a number of different things.
Yeah, so many things.
They say it's not curable.
Right.
They say some people live with it uncontrolled for the rest of their life. Some people.
But how about the people that practice? What was it? You said the
CBD oil.
CBD, but they epilepsy free though.
Right. But that's what.
Right.
The other one that's not CBD friendly.
Right.
Says right. So I believe with anything again that things can be cured.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I do. Yeah. I just do. Call it crazy. I don't care. This says there's one called the Dravet syndrome. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. Dravet syndrome coming from patientworthy.com. And just trying to quickly see what this is. To raise awareness for the causes of sudden unexpected death and epilepsy, the SUDEP I said earlier, that's what it stands for, sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. Every year, 1 in 150 people who have uncontrolled seizures dies from that SUDEP. For children who suffer from Dravet syndrome, a rare genetic form of epilepsy, it's higher. They have a Dravet Syndrome Foundation, so you can click on it and you can read more about what that is. For patients who have Dravet syndrome, they face a 15 to 20% mortality rate due to SUDEP, prolonged seizures, seizure-related accidents such as drowning and infections. So it's a real small, but you can definitely find out more. That they encourage you to take your medication as prescribed. Try to make sure you get enough sleep. For adults who drink or those older for those adults or, whatever. Make sure you limit your alcohol and illicit substances. Strive to stop seizures. So again, please read on everything that we post up. There's some that I know I didn't read, but will definitely be posted up for you guys to read, because even if it doesn't affect you, it could affect someone that you know, whether it be a family member or a friend. Stop thinking about just yourself.
Think outside of yourself.
Right. Think outside of yourself. You can share this information with other individuals and help them, you could possibly save their lives. I mean, seriously, You
never know, man. You just never know.
Yeah.
Life is so unexpected. But also can be bright too.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely gotta think outside yourself. It could be beneficial to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely. So we have finished all of our November Awareness Month for tonight's show.
A rap show.
Definitely check us out. Check the replay out. You will. I hope that you get some tools and some resources and
get
learn.
some tools. Get some tools. Learn.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So let's let them know how they can reach out to us.
All right. So social media, how you can reach out to us or keep in touch with us or stay in the loop with what we got going on. Period. Facebook right now, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. That's our Facebook page. Make sure you like us on Facebook. We also have a group, Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Make sure you request to join, and we will add you to the group so you can stay updated with us. We also have a Instagram at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We have a YouTube, so subscribe to our channel, Chit Chat Chew Show. Also, hit the bell for notifications so you can stay in tune with the shows that we will be airing live. Because had a little technical difficulty like a week ago. It didn't really play through. We were streaming live, so I had to fix that. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. We do have a Twitter. Our Twitter is at chit_chat_chew. Again, at chit_chat_chew. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We tweet our show. We tweet about us. We also have a SoundCloud, Chit Chat Chew Show, at Chit Chat Chew Show. So make sure you follow us on there. We have all our past and recent live sessions on there. Make sure you check it all out. If you missed something, we have a lot of great shows we did, and it had a lot of formative goods there too. We also have a Vimeo at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on Vimeo, and you can tell them the website and anything else you want to add.
So our website is www.chitchatchewshow.com. Again, www.chitchatchewshow.com. You'll find all kinds of information on our website. We have a sponsorship information on there as well. We have a link where you can sign on as far as being a guest. Well, a guest book.
Yeah, like a guest book.
Like a guest book. You can sign up. What else do we have? So we have our Be Authentic line.
Yeah.
We have that on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And a Facebook.
So that, let me see. Instagram is
Be Authentic _
Okay.
And then the product.
Okay. Be Authentic _ products. That's on the Instagram. On the Facebook, we have
it's all together.
Be Authentic Products on our Facebook. That is our newest project. T-shirts to come. We also have soaps. You can look on our website for that.
Absolutely. Small and large bars.
Mm-hmm. You'll find the price and everything. You find whatever information you need to find. We also have for our LGBT community and allies. It's called Lotus Monk on our Facebook. Again, that's for our LGBT and allied community.
We have a Twitter too.
We have a Twitter
for that Lotus Monk.
For the Lotus Monk, it's at
Lotus Monk Projects.
At Lotus Monk Projects.
Lotus Monk Projects.
So we had at Twitter. We don't have no Instagram for that yet, but there's just so many things that we are working on. We are a 2-team.
Right. But we need to build a team.
We need to build a team.
It's so hard to keep up with all
but it
this.
has to come with trust. I just gotta keep it gully with y'all. It just gotta be
There she
trust.
go thugging again.
Gotta be trust. Nobody's
thugging.
just gonna be trying to pick y'all motherfuckers up and y'all just think that y'all gonna run Chit Chat Chew or anything else that Chit Chat
steal
Chew
from
or
it.
steal, because trust me,
Taking the shine.
when I tell you that we are legit, we
are.
paid money to be legit. So if you try to come at us, we
Sue
just
your
gonna
ass.
go to court. We ain't gonna argue. We not gonna do none of that.
None of that. We're just gonna be
Even
quiet
for our
and make a move.
products, we legit. So if you try to come, I mean, that's
You're gonna be quiet, make a move, and
it's
get your
on
ass.
y'all.
It's
I mean,
on you.
for real.
I mean, if you want to be froggy, go ahead. But it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna
froggy.
Right. You
Okay.
gonna be froggy, go ahead.
So
it ain't gonna work for you.
if you want to be on our show, you can reach out. Small business, what is it?
Liaison, like you said.
Whatever. If you're interested in being on our show, artists of all forms, but if you're interested in being on our show, on our podcast, you can reach out to us. Our business email is chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Again, that's chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Let us know what you about, what you're trying to bring to the table. We'll check it out, even though I may not, especially if you're an artist. I mean, I probably listen to your music, but I won't be the one with the final decision thing.
It'll be me doing
right.
it.
But we pretty much kind of like the same type of taste.
So if I like it, trust me, she's gonna like it. So
right. So if you,
I'm the final judge here.
Right, with that, yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at that.
Like, yes. I know I thug. Well, you got it, Mr. Thug. You're in charge.
Shut up. So, yeah, if you're interested, definitely hit us up.
I ain't no thug. I'm just talking junk.
Definitely hit us up. If you know of someone who has a business and, they're trying to get themselves out there, we're all about support. You know what we're saying? We are definitely all about support.
Support.
You support us, we support you. That's just how it is.
You don't support us, we don't support you.
Yeah, pretty much. So definitely hit us up. Hit us up, and we will get back with you in a reasonable amount of time.
Yes. And that is it.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. So definitely thank you. We appreciate you, Angel. We try to be as informative as we can. We hope that you definitely will listen to the replay. Share it with people for them to check it out as well. We appreciate
Timeless Clay.
Yes, you too, Timeless Clay.
Thank you for tuning in. And I'm glad you can catch us when you can. We appreciate that.
Definitely. We appreciate all the support and anybody that takes the time out to check us out. Because, again, we are who we are. And that's just what it is. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. I know it's that Thanksgiving thing. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
I don't either.
Because I'm a Thanksgiving year-round, 365.
All the time.
But enjoy it however you celebrate it. Enjoy it. And enjoy the rest of your week.
Absolutely. And this is the thing you say here. You know what I'm saying, man, right here.
Yes, when you watch the replay, make sure while you chilling, falling back, sit back, we want you to enjoy a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a nice glass of wine. Make sure you love on Chit Chat Chew Show.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Peace. Chew.